enti ano de benyiso benyansa for yebuni be yen kana sem edaho
isi message amode call constituency
any message no omo bo okrum no kwani dada
omunim
omo awko omo twanwo mama no yempo deputy tie nyum na be yo de papa enti it is not even a seat, it is under threat sika de omo chebi so nim say ni kunu so chief galamsey ura Charles Bissue
labi onye chief galamsey asese
galamsey akwa de meka na maboa no mpenyufo a omo omampenye kufu do ba woni MPP aban mu a ye de galamsey kon share won sa omo jeje adamude kon no basa ma sika o man de share galamsey ntokwade mu nyina hye yen
Ejuma the one across the country. Musha say was central region, right?
Yes, that's was central region. We did 4 days. 4 days was central region in Kwam. Yes, and then
which make a constituency be
no.
Okay.
Because Ejuma no person we in year. Untimi enye constituencies be breeze within a night.
Yeah.
Central region is so. And constituency no be wa we free biaba ko akọ another crew no ebitimi afa kwansi ni bebre and is up say adwuma no we na we ni ye dia na wanyanto so the edi kan was phase 1 of the central regional tour 12 constituencies
12
myself and the majority leader Dr. Kisel
Atoforsen
and ye be kwa phase 2 no enche which will also be 4 days. I can 11 constituencies.
Okay.
And we'll be through with that. But you're free on your bank crime. And we zoom into Okaikwe North.
Mobile crab, Okaikwe North.
Yeah, Okaikwe North, which is a very important.
Yeah, Okaikwe North. Maybe Honorable Awuni Wono. Teresa Awuni. Okay.
That is a seat. Now, after 92 years, it had always been an MPP seat. You got to about 2016, no? Now the margin, if I'm not mistaken, was more than 4,000 or 5,000. In one election cycle, Obana Honorable Teresa Awuni, very hard working, very committed, very dedicated, knowledgeable, passionate, but humble. Utimijesa seat in 2020, it was historic.
Okay,
and I'm saying, or a golden girl when this is my family. I was say, Yenina Yoko Bonachidom, or my penny Mahama call, penny for Professor Nana Jeno Poquaja.
No, so alcohol.
Aggressive campaign or a touchy base in 1 or 2 greater crackers. Is
it a seat I'm moving to maintain? Okay, we know.
We are the way in some.
And some make a maintain.
Oh, that one day, Unyami.
Okay, we know.
Nyamia and in Tebua MPP for the Abu at the Shikonkre walk I queen off no. And you're possible some of it to about
and Tiabe no.
Oh, what is one of a deputy about so major MPP?
That's say any a dokwana
na deputy
deputy is saying
na wo Ghana want to be that will be MP our constituency be wa parliament for 8 years for one constituency beto aba wa fakrata as a constituency wa MP no okujina primaries e the party
yes
na dwuma bone ene ne dwa ne na hantan enti no chese we dreamika fi constituency ono aye MP or represent you mo currently in parliament we dwane afri ho aba baby fufuro say me baba bigina MP asem what be that e bi si Ghana da
oh na say BSc da
e bi wherever
Sammy na honorable dio oyemo MP wo obom domi abra so be contested wa ha baby anko yama no sign call back
no where the sitting MP
that's also a sitting MP
or what parliament
yes
was serve 2 terms so that's what parliament currently serving the people MPP primary so ko fan krata nyina o
yes
I'm so say Sammy ukudia na America kiki odwade because parliament work na yonko form na shebedwafo de pena omuhu no onkasa parliament da edi a omodi ama ne parliament ye honorable ye just ono de ot parliament se papa ne beba o se ye bone ne beba was ye on kasa ma akuapem for da open the constituency was wa unhuno ena MPP for na kasa sinkete say ye beto abetia enu nti na ono ane party for kofa Sammy Awuku so omra Sammy Awuku ba ya doku ana adwane odwane ya ase wenye sikenti o ba okai queen of na je MPP muni pe wo okai queen of no obi ansem fata se ogina mrache bedwa konya deputy obi a ni crowfo deport na fi akuapem ena na de oba begina ma no kohwa je say the people are so angry so MPP for
okai queen of
because on Nkankra on TBO. Oh, me say obi ukra ten Nkankra zama. Na
say oni dan wo constituency wa
going to be hide that. Ye nyina ya manfrafo wa. Baby obi eti hide.
I'm going to be contested.
The papa dan bi ana otimu dada no de no aye care of. But onye ho no te, enye ho no firi. Onim constituency wa sem. Enye oni omo na atena wa bre. He doesn't even know the people. And I just say when you sika kakrenti wako hona or kura community bakwa no che 500 Ghana or che mo or che enchene or enyama de or che bia but the nipe wo kan say the enim le wia no ye so kani ahwe ni manager enyama pa omo hu Teresa wuni muntia for the first time in over 20 years 24 years omo decided omo beto abama NDC ni oyo ba no omo se sa de na sesan into omo de oba no a e no mo pe omo pe deputy omo ancestor reject omo de omo se tie roba nti enye obi ono an constituency apono no bobra papa som ne manfo e wakuapem som papa enko bedwane every the constituency aba nti eno de ebenyi so benyansafo yebu ni be yen kana sem eda ho isi
the message am the constituency
enye message no omo bo okru no kwani dada
omo nim
omo a okọ omo twanwo mama no yempo deputy it is not even a seat, it is under threat. Sika de omuchebi. So nim say ni kunu so chief galamsey ura Charles Bissue.
Labi onye chief galamsey asese.
Galamsey akwa de meka na maboa no. Mpenyinfo a omuwo omampenyin kufu do ba woni MPP aban mu a ye de galamsey kon share won sa omogege adamude kon no basa ma sika o mine de share galamsey ntokwade mu nyina hye no mo boa ma galamsey course so ene asey nsuo ya kwaya ne ya
those issues are under investigation.
The investigation
a friend saying special prosecutor
jaisa
o so wonim
o kaza se de achichire jaisa
I don't know under
go ya je bribe cameras in so abo bribe chi and Charles Bissue aka me to be to bribe
na say it's still alleged
no whatever
no the court be alleged to say he committed a crime.
Announce the tape number. Announce na kufu adokas or the principal. The kuetia katacheche ne poe. Watch no on camera. One fan no nebe kachire you. Fili gadochi. Ni ma tape ni bi. Akwa wait wo. At the time wa na ya ban small scale mining of all forms. Both legal. The emrama ho kwan mpu. Akufu ado say omprenso. The emrama ho kwan. O se omprenso ma yenye. Na Charles Bissue ti office or je bribe. No, I'm a China for
allegedly.
Allegedly, or
competent court of jurisdiction. We gather evidence. That evidence will be put to test in a competent court of law. Say unim.
Now, I don't know Charles Bissue for announcing court.
O say
I don't know Charles Bissue for announcing.
No, the matters have been investigated. So
they are not finding court. Announce the video about say OJ bribe Abua Magalamsey akoso. Now announce boy. I don't know Charles Bissue to be finding court.
Anas petitioned the office of the special prosecutor to investigate the issue.
Assembly call special prosecutor, one special prosecutor and starting the Jumapra and a CID Babon or Maclen. And the Azama was here, the CID were you. Ben ye no near the year Juma. Ye nim she crano, ye himself doctor twas shedia, ye himself bang. Ye must be with TV so Philly Gaducha or bribes. Buama Galamsey Koso Abra. Or more license, Papa be or move to me, I have formu a good deal to a Jumacrano. Yes, you munyai. Omune di abure ne yensuo nyina da ne coffee brown ene ye won kra omuni hwene omuni anni omuna ase pra omuna ase brim omuna ase ayensu omuna ase tano omuna ase ofen omuni ewudifo a ene oma se Ghana nipa num nsuo so they are drinking poison emo kwankro yare akese ena omonye sasika no and ani kunu se me kope seat ne yere so say ya deport me akuapem a esame ukua deport me a ene mebe kai queen of and omu chesika wa be Ghana for omunimu a omunimu wo mkohwe na omunimu wo mko bisa sen no fofo sika de obi ani wa wo che bi chencha sopoku. But your chesika no. I was the campaign manager in that election. Because the sika necessary because the Ghanaian of today is discerning. Satiti Ghanaian na Ghana ni na o jenchine to aba na twem. He say Ghana for obhwe o masitrim no mato aba pa. Ye to aba wie wa send off na nwomo a ateni da bi obi atu bi ne de. Yedi o chasopoku sika no yedi. And by the time why you better abawi on 7th December 2024, so you know man remix amadu ku ani kuno. So you we hono obi.
You have to calculate enough man ko baby we na.
We visited a few, but those were just visits, not really touring.
Okay.
In Greater Accra, just to remobilize. So it was a campaign we do baby. I was over here.
Mobilize no assign
economic recovery program campaign and that form. And sometimes even your physical body you need.
Yeah. I was all rested.
Because some of us it time soon say yeah campaign na yare in so it's been a struggle, but I mean
but in the how was Central region because I want to start here.
Yeah, Central region was massive.
Central region
massive. We started from Awutu Senya East Kaswa. We started with retail campaign.
Then that's it. So we pictures Nibia call the page now. Per pictures Nibia na fatu on here.
Kaswa, we started with market rounds. We moved from shop to shop, just greeting people, showing them the PC and appealing to them.
One case Latoforce and Doctor
Latoforce and the incoming MP, Honorable Nakoyo. I mean that lady is just.
Utu Senya East.
Yeah,
that's Kaswa.
Yeah. Maybe
how comes in ho?
Yeah, my men are on table.
Also there's a man.
My men are the BS who are David. Why you see?
Sammy. That's a way any campaign message. On table offers and away a campaign message.
Obi, now the parliament, you can't Fanteo.
Oh, please.
That's
why she's in parliament. Oh, now
what is Okasa parliament?
Oh, please.
An MP should be able to articulate the needs of his or her people on the floor of the house for the necessary interventions to be made by government. So the fluency, the fluency of that MP, the ability of that MP to communicate is critical to his competence.
Yes.
And the ability of that MP to represent his or her people effectively in parliament. Now, to be
how the people of
Okasa camera mua na just say aya another scandal nena. I mean constituency clearly such an MP doesn't befit the status of that constituency. Yes, Oba to Abama no, but ohwe de ekoso form a utimi use Oma breno pa
e wo kaswa
for pensisem pa Oma breno because in teacher wa why no. I mean, KT for ya okay former constituency secretary to Arega Nyamiato Nessa friend. I mean, we bono ma to Arega internal bleeding. And then no ayare, and then no ayare sana to Areg.
But how do you know say Mammy and Mom
friend? Oh, no one tia say we see it was a well.
No, me can't say names you.
And
what make it definite
we say attacked by attacks of our kumsi and on your monam. There will be on one guy's timia trip to pay. A polling station. I mean, you don't even have to play the devil's advocacy when it comes to her in terms of violence. And the can say Honorable Nakoyo is a young lady, or very knowledgeable, very, very effective, very, very competent, and all good plans. We see the vision for Kaswa, industrialization. Kaswa. Factories need in line with John Mahama vision for an industrial enclave in that area. Mahama wants them. Now here's your woman's and the Juma for because the whole apart from say we were Jum any Jum for money at the time for coding we did an engagement with GPRTU drivers unions, nutritionist union under the Kaswa interchange. Hey, they came. but that attendance was not even as huge as the year sorry them Emma at the pound for any 3 year for. That was a very colorful. Oh yes, it was huge, and I like those programs because usually when you say you are doing a community deba and community engagement, 90% of the people will ban your party for.
Yeah.
But when you send special invitations to the artisans, no more in their numbers, and I like that because those are not nipa on an ordinary day will be now at an NDC function, and it's me my targeted messages. Maybe I'm a veteran TV in the radio, so I mean, but then they all have a place in John Mahama Vision. So Kaswa was good. From there we went to
from Amuko West. That maybe a Eugene contest.
Yes.
Say Hona
Honorable Gisela Tete.
Yeah, Gisela Tete.
Yeah, we went to Gisela Tete's constituency, and the beautiful thing was that we're joined by the venerable Hannah Tete.
Oh, okay.
Retired from the United Nations.
Okay.
That was the first time she was stepping out.
Retired from UN.
Yeah, and it was so exciting seeing her.
Oh, okay. And that's her picture. More.
Yeah, she's been
more.
Hannah Tete. I think that, in my opinion, one of the very best, the finest the NDC has ever produced in terms of communication. And we all have been touched, inspired by the communication prowess.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I in particular. And it was a great tour, and I can tell you, sir.
But that constituency is difficult, and
it's a difficult constituency because
even for me.
Yes, it's a difficult constituency because they are the only constituency in the history of Ghana. For 28 years, every election cycle they change an MP.
Oh, sir. 4 years
they have never retained an MP. From 92, 1 MP, 96, 1 MP, 2000, 1 MP, 2004,
one term.
1 term. All of them. Other Georgianda, every 2 of them.
Yeah, Georgianda, so 1 term.
1 term.
And I guess by.
Yes. So, or even those before them, 1 term will be uncle 2 terms there. So, for presidential, you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
For parliamentary, Honorable Gisela has done well. In fact, even though any party will position, and the woman is in touch with the people. Or MP in the constituency inside out. And she's lobbying for this. Yes, because of Eugenia and Ejina. Now Eugenia and Belman Peniti, you will see 1 or 2 roles project here and there that has, but Nina could not have been possible without my lobbying. But aside that, a near man Ketinketi as MP 1 year. Oh my God, so impressive. And see, I think that she has made a case for her retention. And I think say constituency said you cannot keep on changing MPs every 4 years and expect to see sustained development. Because MP the more I will the more na we experience, na we influence, na we the capacity to help your constituency. To be an MP, and it is a French wine. The more you or bottle, the more them. It is a change MP 4 years. No, it doesn't matter. So with this woman, our baby, because you call her, and you map what constituency whether it is market or assembly dying or more court or dying, acquiring or more town rules. It was your hand at the time. It was they had missed the hair. You should have seen the look on their faces, the chiefs when they saw her. The joy was even more than the joy of seeing Gisela. They have missed it because she was not an ordinary MP. She was a very influential personality in the NDC and in government. She was minister. Kransana MP. Intimpuntu odeko one there. Unparalleled and unmatched. And a 4 years, some of this is until everything I make my 90% of all the big things under Hannah Tete. So the point is, if she was retained, so Gisela is the direct sister of Hannah. Now no swababi di ni sister Penyana Muechi. Not even in the position why improve. I think she's made a very compelling case. Sad genes, must be broken.
Also break.
And yet, I think, I believe very strongly, not to be complacent, but I think that Gisela will retain that seat. Yes. And from there, we went to Honorable P2.
P2.
Yeah, Honorable P2. I think that should be Gomoa East.
Gomoa East.
Yeah, Gomoa East. We went to Gomoa West. We went to Agona Central. We went to a lot of constituency.
And your constituencies are, you are sure say you can retain.
Central region currently NDC or I believe 13, right?
13. More seats than MPP.
Oh, far more.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
But I think it's a Bekosho.
Sir.
From what I've seen, Minyanko baby, but from what I've seen, for example, no doubt about it, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye is the next member of parliament for A. No two ways about it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No two ways about it. That's how I was one.
Oh, yeah, Felix there.
No.
Oh, yeah, Minuya Pass. On him, Makase, Oba Parliament, Mepe. Mepe.
There is not enough. So
sound
because we need the
no, he's a solid
young
guy.
Man, we should support
him. Yeah, he's a solid guy.
He's a great asset that we need in parliament.
But some MPP for us change your
lost the seat by
they were very slim.
That we the anymore.
Your friend is saying Kobinanyante.
Oh no dear. Fellas so now mokeshi ko ndi onka no kra. No bia ono kujire ni pani mu ntimi nkasa na yire ne kasa ma no. Otimi ko dwabo say.
Say yire ni Dr. Louisa. The contest e kwesifua e watafo no
elusu ye no to bia minim mo na wa kire me
da no
bia wa ko pre PC
Dr. Louis Carroll
on kasama no na we eki ombeto abama na nyeye Felix de no e bibi kitwe bi ne bebom because he had won it already. Oh, there. And for his first attempt, he lost it by 200 and something votes, So I can tell you, he's winning with a very good margin. And there are many more. I will not mention the constituencies. There are many. Now,
where? Case a lot of force and where?
I said that I will kind of majority leader said okay. Majority leaders.
Case a lot of force.
I mean, what the order no order. It is not possible. And in fact, people like Atofos,
yes,
they must be studied. Maybe America, the NDC must create a platform where some of them will not only engage with MPs, but they will mentor MPs. People like Collins Dauda, people like Eric Opoku. But Kesel Atofos's own even stands out. Because the seat has never been NDC seat. It's a typical MPP seat. MPP had been winning it until they had a little issue. And he came. And he has now made it an NDC stronghold. He wins with over 10,000 votes.
10,000?
Yes. He wins. That is it.
And
you should actually study him, how he did it. And that guy is a great guy. He's a really solid guy. Really, really. It comes to grassroots politics, when it comes to being generous, when it comes to being on the ground, he's an institution. He may not have been in parliament for a long time, but I think he's even done 16 years already.
In parliament?
Yes, going for another 4 years.
And still are the same love.
It is even greater. It keeps on increasing. He is not on the decline. It keeps on increasing. And Nyamisunti wenya hodena Professor Richard Asiedu, Central Regional Chairman, Oma come to my bumwa, Joma Ama ne party who don't see. And they are helping many beyond this constituency. What is doing for even
so 50,000 in the constituency.
I can say he does far more than that. Far more than that. And for me, I say it with pride. Say he's a good brother.
Me busa out this question. Do you subscribe to Omo Kase the battle in Central Region? A straight fight between the two leaders, Atoforsen and Afenyomaken, because Omomienu parties now I say the NPP has given a special assignment to Afenyomaken for Central. NDC, to all intent and purposes, Mama to force a special assignment.
It's not okay to the extent that one is majority leader and one is minority leader. I can understand.
Yeah.
Why
and also are MPs in the region.
Yeah, MPs in the region.
Yes.
But Ato has been doing what he's doing for the region, not today. Was that say in 2020? You can talk to some of the MPs who are in parliament. How come say it me winning 13 seats? He did a lot. And then I started. And I don't think that even though I respect him and I give him his due, I think he has also done excellently well where he is. He doesn't come close to Ato in terms of the role they are playing in their respective parties.
Oh, really?
In my humble opinion, I don't take anything away from Afenyo, but I don't think it is even close. But you see, the good thing for the NDC is that for the central region, apart from what the regional executives themselves are doing, because they are really working on the ground, and apart from what people like Ato Forsen are doing to support, apart from what the PCs themselves are doing, the campaign they are doing, the investments they are making, you have a running mate, Professor Nana J. from the place, and she's loved by the people. Nana. Yeah, she's really. I went to Fansamai.
Fansamai Mankesim.
Yeah, Krukesi and all Corona course. It was like we will vote for you because of Nana. It was just like that. We will vote for you because of Nana. You understand? Because there is a connection between them and Commander, and they love her. And in the Cape Coast area, because there were UCC vice chancellor, yes, we didn't win the presidential for the first time, but in central region. But I think that this time around, the biggest factor are NDC in central region. The biggest. Will be a year you be to me regional executives here, PCC here, Ato Force here, regional chairman here, will be a year.
But biggest near Jane.
I think it is Professor Nana Jane Opokwajam, and I think that
now say the constituency UCC woman, the constituency UCC woman. Say honorable Raga, MP. Yeah, that's why you say MP before Jeffrey Monsem.
Because of Makofa Galam say near where we excavators.
Oh, that be also.
I don't think that Echo. I will see, obviously. Is giving Raga a run for his money, but I think eventually Raga will win. It's a constituency I've not been to.
Yes, okay. I thought
I need that for my Rekes in Kikos, but me call for any major program. But we'll be going there to campaign.
Okay.
But Raga has a certain advantage that the previous MPP candidate didn't have. Ekwa we see Sunni. And he's trying to use money to get
it's resourceful. And you need resources to win seats like that.
But in terms of natural love, the people love Raga. He's a feeling brother, and he's worked very hard. On the challenge with most of our MPs, they have been elected into parliament at a time one. Omo party opposition.
Yes.
And at the time one, Abayana say Bibia common fund and call way. So they've had to struggle to mobilize resources to do that. But Raga has done extremely well and is really campaigning. We had a few little internal issues which have been resolved, and now there is unity. They are working together, and we will all go there to support and I'm optimistic that Cape Coast North will also be retained, because all what Ekuawusi has is money. Beyond money, he has nothing. But Sika also the Obianim say Galam say Sika, and I mean my say
we don't
I will
know
go there
that
to tell the Cape Coast North people say. Because Ekuawusi cannot get time to serve you in parliament. MPs in parliament na Ekuawusi ti Iyoko, not the BNI, not the police station. Time where we say MPs call parliament na Ekuawusi ti court, because excavators are a Professor Frimpong Boatia no ye minister say Ekuawusi ni wiai. Minister, he reported the matter to the police, and what was the offense? Stealing. The criminal complaint that Professor Frimpong Boating, Dr. Hakoma, one of the best in Ghana,
in the world,
Nipa was only real excavators, Galam stop auctioneer, which is Ekuawusi. I'm a police for chain in. Eti genetically di nemum hwe wasitem na to abapa na to abama MP or the animunyam bebre constituency no, because there is no way Obi There is nowhere to be. I can't say, why are you threatening people? But your mama has spoken about Operation Recover All Loot. Even before he spoke about Operation Recover All the Loot, you know, not 2020 were promises say excavators in the area. And as much as far as it would be possible for us to do, no, or more, I just unjustifiably,